Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your weekly reading for March 17th to the 24th. This is for Aquarius and Aquarius rising, and we're going to jump right into it, Aquarius. This is a big week. It's a really big week of empowerment for y'all. It is a very spiritual week, too. Now, we're kicking it off on Sunday, March 17th, because this is the first of two conjunctions we have this week, and you're going to feel it more this week, okay? And so this is the Sun conjuncting Neptune. If you saw my monthly forecast, you know I said this day is like a fairy tale. Neptune is all about imagination and fantasy and dreams. So you will really have a day of just like a creative explosion of ideas. It's going to be really nice. It could also be very, very being on cloud nine, just very Alice in Wonderland. Like when I talk about fantasy, right? Maybe even Willy Wonka, maybe a little Burning Man. You do you, Aquarius, but this is a day where you may have some really big fantasies about your future, the things that you want. You know, it's going to be one of those days, but I want to just kind of say that with all this fantasy energy that's happening with the Sun conjuncting Neptune, conjunctions being very powerful, a big charge about it, there is a sense of also escapism. So keep a foot on the ground, all right? So you don't get too lost in space. And y'all are Aquarians, y'all are air signs, y'all are so in your heads anyway. I'm an Aquarius. We do that anyway, but just have a foot on the ground. You can have these great fantasies of, maybe, Elijah Wood or Harry Styles being your husband, and you're just like, okay, awesome. We got this, we live in a castle, we got all these fish around us and stuff like that. Whatever you want, Aquarius. I don't know what your fantasy is, but have a foot on the ground and let those fantasies just motivate you, okay? Because it's better to dream than to not dream at all. So you want to actually, maybe it'll get some things going in terms of what you want to for your future to look like. I know it's a big day. It's a really big day. This is a really big aspect where but just don't get too, lost in space around this day. And happy St. Patrick's Day. Now on Tuesday, March 19th, this is when we enter the spring equinox. This is the day of the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere, fall in the southern hemisphere. But this is the changing of the season. It's a really big cycle because on this day, the sun moves into Aries, another big cycle. Aries kicks off the astrological calendar. So this is, when I say new beginnings, I'm talking new beginnings, all right? And with that Aries energy, just all this drive and passion for new beginnings that you want in your life. So you're starting this new cycle, and all this Aries energy is in your third house of communication. So you could be having a lot of conversations. You could be communicating a lot of the things that you need. You could be writing a lot of things. You could also be gaining a lot of knowledge in certain areas. Your curiosity's peaked, okay? There's a lot happening, all right? You're going to feel this for the next few weeks. And remember, the sun is exalted in Aries. The sun thrives in Aries. So you will definitely feel this energy. And, like I mentioned earlier, you being an air sign, Aries being a fire sign, y'all blend well together. Like it's really, really nice. And if you saw your last week's reading, you are definitely moving into new things are happening for y'all. Now on Thursday, really interesting day. A lot happening here, but the biggest thing is we have the sun sextiling Pluto and Venus conjuncting Saturn on the same day. So that's the second conjunction of the week. Again, just a powerful charge. Sun sextile Pluto is a big charge in itself. Pluto is in your sign, Aquarius, for about 20 years. You're already feeling this sense of empowerment. I got this. I can do this. No, this is my, you know what I mean? Like this is like empowerment. But the sun sextile Pluto, it's a very harmonious aspect that's happening. So it's very nice. So when I say you're going to feel very confident, very empowered, you will. This is the day. If you need to be heard, you will be heard. If you need to be seen, you will be seen. Remember, you already have all the North Node and the Sun in Aries, all in your third house of communication anyway. So this is really nice. Like I said in my monthly forecast, it's like kicking down doors. Where's my money? Where's my money? Having that confidence. And money is going to be a big thing for you because the same day, Venus conjuncting Saturn. Venus, which rules like love and relationships and beauty, also rules money and creativity. Remember, you're gonna be very creative this week. So it's a really good time for artists right now. But Venus conjuncting Saturn. Saturn happens to be in Pisces like Venus. They're both in Pisces, which rules your second house. So not only is a second house self-worth, that confidence, right? The self-value, even the value, even material things too. There could be like with all this activity in your fourth house, maybe you're looking at houses, just things that you value as well. But it is also money. It's also money. It's finances. It's salary. So you could have a minute. This is a day where you can have a minute where here's an analogy I'm making. Think of a kid. Think of this really, fun little kid that's, hanging out with her friends and she's killing it with her knock jokes. Everybody's laughing. The sun is out there. Even like all the farm animals around them, they're laughing too. This is a beautiful day. Okay. She's in a good mood. Okay. And everything's going her way. But then her mom comes out. Okay. Her mom stops the fun. Her mom is Saturn. And she says, Jolene, you got to go inside and do your chores. Okay. So that's what Saturn's doing. Saturn is a planet of limitations, restrictions. It's a planet of hard knocks. And so Saturn is your traditional ruler. So you're really going to feel this. So what it really means is that you're probably having this really good time. Now there's a sense of, okay, I need to take responsibility. I need to really sit here and think about things. I really have to plan a little bit. Saturn is all about like stability too. And so really, really focusing on those things that do bring you pleasure. And a lot of it is going to be money related. There's something money stuff here that's happening, but it also will have this boost of your confidence as well that happens around this day. And remember, Saturn does reward you. There's that karmic association with Saturn. And so you do your hard work, you do your chores, you go back outside. All your friends, they're all out there waiting. They all got Bitcoin for you, whatever you want, Aquarius, you get rewarded. Okay. So you put in that work, you're going to get rewarded. So just know Thursday may be a big day for you, and you may have a big focus on finances around this time. Now, on Friday, Mars is moving into Pisces. So now we have Venus and Mars in Pisces, the two cosmic lovebirds who have a lot of chemistry together in your second house of money, of finances. Hello, there's a lot of focus there. And again, if you are Harry Styles or Elijah Wood, two Aquarians, watching this video, and you already live on a big old farm with, made out of gold bars, and you're like, money, I got enough of that. Tell me something else, Jimmy. Then it is that self-worth, that value. Okay. Even personal, like possessions, things like that. But even still, this is just a big time. Like I said, for artists, Mars is bringing that boost, right? Mars is bringing that boost, all that energy, all that drive. All right. So it is going to be a time where I would like for you to communicate as much as you can, because it is going to be a really good time to communicate with all this Aries energy in your third house of communication. And then you have all this energy, spiritual energy. That's what Pisces is in your second house, right? So that is self-worth, self-value. So communicate. You've got all this power this week. You've got all this power. Now, just Mars in Pisces alone, let me just tell you what that is. It's kind of interesting. Mars is like a bro, okay? Mars is a bro. He's going out to the clubs, all right? He's going to the clubs. He put on his jam. He put on MC Hammer. He's doing his dance, and, he put on the good deodorant. He's ready to go out and have fun, and, he's snapping his fingers on the way to the club. He gets to the club, and it turns out to be a chakra cleansing event. That is Mars in Pisces. Mars is like, what am I doing here? And so this is a time to work with those energies. You could feel a lot, like Mars is it's energy. It's energy, okay? physical energy too. You can feel a little bit of just just a little bit of that energy that's activated. So use it toward spirituality, use it toward your self-confidence, use that Mars energy while you've got it in Pisces. Okay, intuition's a big thing here. Okay, you use that energy, use that Mars energy, let it work toward your spirituality, being a little bit more, having your chakras aligned, right? So it is going to be a really big week, especially because this month, by the way, is the 1-year anniversary of Saturn moving into Pisces. You're going to feel Saturn in Pisces a lot more, all right? You're going to feel it a lot more. And again, that is your second house, all right? Self-value, self-worth, but also money, finances could be a thing on your mind. And I'm just going to give you a little preview on the 24th, which is Sunday, okay? Sunday, March 24th, Venus sextiling Jupiter. So this is the two benefic planets. It's one of the best days of the month, but we're going to talk about it next week because you're going to feel the energies of it more next week, okay? But just know, this is when Venus and Jupiter, they're like getting together, like, ooh, what are the great things we can do for Aquarius now? So keep that in mind. And yes, it will definitely have to do with money and even home and family stuff too. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for you, Aquarius, for March 17th to the 24th. Again, this is for Aquarius and Aquarius rising. If you want to read for your moon, your Venus, all those other placements in your chart, you are absolutely welcome to, Aquarius. Let's get started. See what's going on for you for March 17th to the 24th, Aquarius. Do you like my shuffling skills today? This is what happens on Saturday mornings. I'm just like, blah, blah, blah. By the way, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. It does offer the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, so we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Aquarius, I love y'all. Team Aquarius, tell me what life has been like. Aren't you glad we're out of like all that intensity of February? Oh my goodness, that was intense. Anyway, wow, you look at you. Okay, so wow. Speaking of intensity, whoa, this is gonna be a week. You're gonna feel like a squeeze with Venus conjuncting Saturn. You're gonna feel a bit of a squeeze. And again, I want you to definitely be headstrong this week. All right, definitely be headstrong, but you're good. You're just gonna, like I said, you have to like earn that goodness. You're gonna get there. Now you got the Tower, came up in your past. What happened, Aquarius? So this is a card where it's, as you can see, very chaotic, destructive, lot going on here. Okay. Unexpected things happening. This is a card where don't freak out when people see this card. They're just like, ah. But I want to remind you two things here. One, if you are afraid of this card, you're already building a blockage for yourself. So never fear the Tower card. And the second reason why explains that. The second reason why is because the Tower card, the Tower moment, it happens for you. Okay, not to you. For you. So it seems like there could have been a buildup of just like, and then boom, okay, burn it down, build it up. This isn't working. I need to mute. And it could even be something just happened in your life when it was just something happened. It was a little, you didn't see coming. It was maybe a little challenging. Maybe you saw it in the moment as like this, like, oh, that was not fun. But then you realize a few days later, okay, maybe even a week later, that was actually the best thing for me. That was the best thing for me, and I needed it, and I'm grateful that it happened. That's what the Tower is, okay? What comes after the Tower? The Star, your card. The card of healing and wisdom and stars aligning for you. And it's just, so you can also see the Tower is still standing here. But in any case, it does seem like, and if it hasn't happened yet, you possibly will have a Tower moment. And, I say this all the time. Every Aquarius is different. Y'all have different rising signs. Y'all have different birth charts. That's what makes you different from every other Aquarius. So some Aquarians could feel it like a 1 out of 10. Some could feel it like a 4 out of 10. Really depends on how you overcome it, how you handle it. All right. This card is actually attributed to Mars. All right. It's interesting because the first half of the week, we still have Mars in your sign. Remember, Mars doesn't go into Pisces until Friday, the 22nd. So there could have been something personal, like for you as well. All right. That really just something had to give. Okay. Something had to give. So recognize that. Just remember it does happen for you. There's like a touch of fate in the Tower card. All right. So again, you may see it unfavorably in the moment, but it was meant for you. Okay. It was meant for you, and you will recognize that and really be in touch with your intuitive side, because again, that is, what's going to make all the difference. All right. Because when you're in touch with your intuitive side, you just know, you like, it's like a wink from the universe and you wink back. Did I say this card is attributed to Mars, by the way? It's attributed to Mars, which is in your sign, and it came up in your past. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's move forward. Nine of Wands in the heart of your spread. Interesting, right? Interesting. I've explained this before because you've gotten this card a lot. The Nine of Wands is attributed to Sagittarius. Okay, it's actually Moon in Sagittarius, but what's really interesting about that is exactly what I just said. The Tower, Mars, okay, which is in your sign, and then what comes after the Tower, the Star, your card. Now, in the heart of your spread, you have the Nine of Wands attributed to Sagittarius, which happens to rule your 11th house. You are the native ruler of the 11th house. Isn't that interesting here? Isn't that interesting what's happening here? So the 11th house is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, all that good stuff. All right. So this is very, very interesting. It seems like some of y'all just don't know yet what you want to do. It seems like some of y'all may have an idea. That's why I said be headstrong this week, especially with the Queen of Swords in your crown. But there may be something that new that also is happening that you really, really want to hold on to. All right. Have that perseverance. Don't give up, especially after the Tower. This is the, listen, I've made this analogy a lot. Think about like fifth grade. All right. Your math teachers, you have the poster of the cat hanging from the tree. This is that poster. Don't give up. Hang in there. All right. This is all about perseverance, resilience. You even see he's gone through it. He's not giving up. It doesn't matter. He's saying, bring it on. Bring it on. I've gone through the ringer, but nothing's going to take away the wands that I've worked hard for. I'm standing in front of them. I'm protecting them. My passions, my ideas, work stuff too. Could be some work stuff here. So it really is just saying, even especially if something did happen that you did see unfavorably and it was like a Tower moment, just hang in there. You're going to be fine. Look at where it leads to. And you did get the Ace of Swords in your challenge area. And this is a big card of change. Aces bring in a lot of change, usher in new change. So do swords. Okay. And swords are also the mental suit. There's a lot happening up here. It seems like you need to have a little bit of that mental breakthrough. Again, having that, being headstrong, head above the clouds, as indicated with the Queen of Swords in your crown. All right. In your crown. Very interesting. Okay. And so Queen of Swords, a lot of power, a lot of authority in terms of, thinking, logic, truth, being true to yourself, being honest with yourself about a lot of things. Really just, maybe leaving emotions at the door a little bit, because that's what she does. There's no water in this card, right? No water in this card. She's left emotions at the door. And there's a reason why. It's because she doesn't want her emotions to cloud her judgment. She really, really has to see things through. She really has to see the truth. I mean, you see her sword pointed straight to the sky. That is true perception. Okay. So really, really have that, because it seems like you will be going through some emotions. You got the moon in the root of your spread. Now, in tarot, the moon is actually attributed to Pisces. Okay? Remember, you have Saturn, Neptune, Mars, and Venus in Pisces. That's a lot happening in your second house of self-worth and self-confidence. All right. But also money related things. But even still, you could just be going through a lot of emotions right now. There could be a little bit of, maybe low energy frequencies, like distress and like what's going on and what's going on. Even with communicating, there could be something. There's like a little bit of a blockage there with the Ace of Swords there. Now, the third house is communication. Remember, I said there's all this activity. We're shifting into Aries season, which rules your third house. Third house is also, it does rule your nervous system as well. So there could be just something you're anxious about, and you're really feeling those emotions. Just communicate. Communicate. Don't hold anything in. Communicate. And any emotions you feel, listen, we're human beings. You're allowed to feel them. You can feel any emotions you want. There's a reason why we weren't built as robots, okay? Just don't get stuck there if they are low energy frequencies like doubt or fear, anxiety. You want to move forward, all right? But you have to feel them to evolve. You have to feel them to evolve. You can even see, I'm going to show you here. Not only do you see the two towers, you got to go through those towers. You got to have this moment, right? So it's a great thing the tower came up. But you see the dog and the wolf that really do represent evolution. So again, have those emotional moments that you need to learn from them, okay? Learn from them and don't get stuck in them if they are low energy frequencies. The other thing is intuition. What I say, trust it's all about intuition. It's all about intuition this week, okay? Pisces just naturally is very intuitive. And remember, you have all those planets in it. So be very intuitive. If you're thinking about, money and salary and changes in that, or your self-worth or your self-confidence, really tap into your intuition. You even see, I'm going to show you something here. Do you see, by the way, so card 18, okay? 1, 8 equals 9. 9 is the Hermit. Look at whose face is in the moon. It's the Hermits, okay? Who's card 9. And so, again, go within. But you're going to be fine. You got the King of Wands in your future. So it just, something may happen. If it hasn't happened already, we're just like, whoa, I did not see that coming. I'm going to hang in there. Because look at the reward I get. I get to sit in that throne. I get this very transformative experience. The King of Wands, very transformation, very transformation related. There could be something with partnerships too, actually. There could be something with partnerships here. King of Wands is Leo, which rules your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Queen of Swords is Libra, the native ruler of partnerships and relationships and committed relationships. And we are moving toward the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra next week. So something about relationships. There could be some, just for some of y'all, there could be something there. But if not, there's a lot of career stuff here. Especially with the King of Wands, who is like the entrepreneur of tarot, right? I say it all the time. He's like the Steve Jobs. He's the Steve Jobs of tarot. He's very influential, very inspiring. He worked his way up. A lot of transformative energy here. You even see the salamander at his feet, representing like the unity of all things, the life cycles, those changes, that transformation. Even the Ouroboros in his throne. You even see that lion. I said he's Leo. So you're good. You're moving into this place where you're going to, it's almost like really thinking about what those are, really, enduring anything that you may feel that, if you feel that it's just like a lot, hang in there. You're going to be fine. Think it through. Hang in there. Feel the emotions you got to feel. You're going to be on top. You got this. You're going to be on top. Remember, very work related here, but also just your passions, what you're passionate about. Very fiery. Like, think about fire being like lit under your feet. That's because King of Wands is like, wands are fire, right? So this is, and kings are air. So what happens when you put air and fire together? Whoosh. So a lot of passionate energy. Now, let's get to your stuff. Aquarius, look at you. You got a week. We got a week. What was I going to... Oh, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what is going on. I need to have another cup of tea. Green tea. Saturday mornings. Let's see what's going on. Oh, yeah. You're good. You're good. Don't play with me. Don't play with me, Aquarius. You're going to be fine. Oh, wow. There is definitely something relationship stuff for sure. Well, you did get the 5 of Pentacles, all right, but where it falls in your spread, it is just saying like, again, if you are going to feel, it could be emotional week, and you could just have a little bit of like fear and distress, perhaps about your future. Remember what I said. It's okay to feel those things. Let it inspire you to not feel them anymore. Let them inspire you to have that confidence. Remember, I said this is a week of confidence. So feel that confidence energy. And it looks like that there is a sense of maybe there is a little bit of something is holding you back. And it may be putting you in this headspace where you're like, okay, I really have to sort this out. I need to have that breakthrough. Okay. So it is kind of like a week of breakthroughs, and it can have to do with money. I mean, it's Pentacles here. Okay. Can have to do with money, finances, where you feel like you may not be supported, or there's not a lot happening there, but oh my goodness, look at this. You got the Page of Cups. Remember I said this is a very intuitive week, spiritual week. Well, Page of Cups is a messenger in your external factors area. There could be some messages coming through, and they could be intuitively, okay, from your spirit guides, from your dreams. Remember, I said be in touch with your intuition this week, okay? Cups are intuition as well, so really, really have that moment. The other thing is Page of Cups, very Piscean energy with a Page of Cups. And remember, there's so much happening in Pisces in your second house for you. So self-worth, self-confidence. So there could be some message that is coming through this week that has to do with that, or that builds your confidence, or it could be money related because it is in your second house. But there is something that's new. Okay. A lot of creativity this week. There's something really creative y'all are thinking, okay? And apply that creativity into the things that you want for your future. Map things out. You're going to be fine. This is absolutely amazing. There's a sense of just following your bliss. It seems, and again, when I say fated, you did get the Page of Cups last week, okay? In the root of your spread. And now it's in your external factors area. So it's this progression of the things that's happening for you. Now, you have the Eight of Cups. This is very interesting. This card is actually attributed to Saturn in Pisces. How cool is that? It's, again, there is a sense of leaving something. There's something you want to leave behind because you know something's better for you. So remember, have that confidence, and it can be very emotional. You did get the Moon in the root of your spread. You see all that water here in this card, but there's rocks in the water, so it's not like you can't just wade through. You have to be alert, you have to be aware. All right. Second thing is, you do see that eclipse happening here. Remember I said we're leading up to the full moon lunar eclipse next week, where there's something's got to go, and something's going to end, but it is going to be something that really affects you spiritually. All right. Now, this is just saying, yeah, you do want to leave something behind. Again, there could be someone new coming through for you too, as well, in this big supportive way. Now, lastly, you got strength. So again, that self-worth, that self-confidence, that's what this week's about for you. Okay. That's what this week's about for you. And strength, one of only two people who have the sign of infinity over her heads. This is really great. Okay. Really, really great. I love that you got strength. I mean, this is that inner courage. This is, really, really tapping into like where you find that source of strength. Do it this week. Okay. Whether it's God or the universe or, your children. I mean, like, find that source of strength, and that's going to get you through. And it seems like you will. Look at like how the progression of this. The other thing that's really interesting is, remember that I said there's some partnership stuff here. Maybe one you want to leave behind, maybe one that you want to move toward. But strength is Leo too. Okay, you see the lion here. This card is attributed to Leo. Like I said, you've got the King of Wands in your future, and so remember, Leo rules your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Even like committed thing. Anyway, but you're good. You're good. Just have that strength, have that inner courage, feel that fire inside you, feel it down in your bones. You're going to be fine. There's so much waiting for you on the other side. But yeah, you're good. Aquarius, thanks so much for tuning in. And if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's going on. Talk to me, Aquarius. And next week, we have the really big full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, which rules partnerships and relationships. But also for y'all, it's your 9th house. So there could be something fun there for y'all. Remember, it's like a liberating, like maybe you're going on a trip. It's interesting. I am. I'm going to see my family that week. How interesting is that? Anyway, I'm going to let you go. Aquarius, thanks so much. I'll see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.